This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Okay, so the Battle of Queensberry versus Matchroom is now over, and I think it's safe to say Queensberry won that event handedly, 5-0. Matchroom didn't win any fights whatsoever. The official point system, of course, they had was 10-0 to Queensberry over Matchroom, so that's going to be a hell of a plane ride home for Eddie Hearn, having to put up with all the Queensberry guys. And of course now Frank Smith is going to have to go around to the Queensberry office and make cups of tea and coffee for all the Queensberry office staff while wearing a French maid's outfit. Poor old Frank Smith. Now, in my pre-fight prediction video, what I wanted to happen throughout all the fights pretty much happened, is what I wanted to happen. All Byron Hutchinson and Craig Richards, even though I did say I do actually like both guys. But that's kind of what I wanted to happen. Not because I wanted Queensberry to beat Matchroom, not at all. It's just that based on the fights, that's kind of what I wanted to happen. My prediction was, though, that Matchroom would probably end up winning. Weren't even competitive, really, was it? It wasn't even close as far as the point system and that is concerned. Now, it did kind of go down to the last two fights, but had Filip Perkovic had knocked out Daniel Dubois and had Deontay Wilder had knocked out Zhilei Zhang, then of course Matchroom would have then won. So it did come down to the final two fights, but it wasn't to be. It really wasn't to be. Now, of course, with Willie Hutchinson, dominant performance over Craig Richards, that's for sure. Nick Ball is now the new WBA World Champion after defeating Raymond Ford. Big up to him. It was a decent fight. Very close fight, really, I suppose you could say. But Nick Ball was the rightful winner. I think a lot of people will agree with that. Hamza Shiraz versus Amro Williams as well. Shiraz, brutal as ever, that's for sure. And he really stepped up, did he not? Filip Perkovic came unstuck against Daniel Dubois. Again, it's a very close fight for the first 6 rounds. You could say it's kind of even on the scorecards. Both of them were just throwing leather at each other. Both of them were there to be hit, that's for sure. But then Daniel Dubois took over round number 7. Ultimately stopped Filip Perkovic round number 8 by the doctor. And of course, Zhilei Zhang just beats up and brutally knocks out Deontay Wilder. Hit him with a huge shot, spun Deontay Wilder around. And I don't quite know what happened with Wilder. I think he was already out on his feet, but it looked like he was about to say something to the referee. Then Zhang just followed up with a huge shot, put him down. And when Wilder got up, he was on unsteady legs, and the referee waved it off. So 5-0 to Queensberry. What a terrible, terrible night for Eddie Hearn, was it not? But of course, well, these are 5 fights. If you could look at the entire stable of Queensberry and the entire stable of Matchroom, would these have been the 5 fights that you would have chose? No, of course not. Not even close would you have done. Maybe a Herkovich Dubois? Yeah, maybe. Maybe a Ford and Bull? Maybe. But they're not the top 5 that you would have chose. I would imagine at Wembley, they'll probably do much the same thing, especially with what looks like it could well be a Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois next for the IBF World Heavyweight Championship once the IBF officially take the belt off of Alexander Usyk, as he's activated the rematch, or Tyson Fury has activated the rematch. But maybe on the undercard, you could have it as Matchroom and Queensberry again. And long may it continue, and I hope that they keep on doing it. Matchroom's going to win a couple of nights, Queensberry's going to win a couple of nights, but most importantly, we're going to win every time that they do it, as boxing fans, right? So anyway, congratulations to the old warhorse in Frank Warren. Eddie Hearn, lucky, mate. Wasn't even close, was it? Just a couple of fights were close, but ultimately on the scorecards, didn't even get a point on the board, mate. Oh well. Hey, it is what it is. As I said before, we win as boxing fans. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.